Hey guys, today I'm here to talk about how you should follow your own path, and specifically not let others excessively influence that path. So it would essentially be the case that they're deciding what you do, deciding the proceedings that occur in your life. So basically, you are ultimately the person that should decide what you do, even if it's not a hugely important event, because every event you do, every task you complete, everything you do is ultimately important to some extent because it has an influence on your life, on your environment, and on reality as we know it. So you have to take control of your life as much as you can. Basically, you must be in control of your life. So to use an example, let's say you're at school. I know, very imaginative, considering I'm still at school. So let's say you have a couple of friends that are with you, and you get provided with a task. And this task, all three of you are going to undertake the same task, but you do it independently. So let's say two of your friends, both of the friends say, I don't want to do this right now, let's do it like next week. But in your head, you're thinking, I want to get this done now. But then you say, okay, I'll do it next week. Well, the truth is, you should have just done it right now, because that is ultimately what was best for you. Don't think that you should procrastinate because it's somewhat socially acceptable or you'll get perceived as a better friend. If your friends will dislike you for that, then you shouldn't be with them anyway. And the point is, it's socially desirable to get it done immediately, because there is no logic in procrastinating. I mean, you are an independent thinker. You have your own mind for a reason, not so that it can be dominated by others. Okay, they don't directly control what you think and what you do, but you'd be allowing them to do so if you just agreed with them, even though you disagreed on the inside. And that's what your conscience was telling you. But you just don't say it because you're afraid they'll dislike you, or you're afraid they won't respect that decision. If we were to use the analogy of life being a game, but obviously it's possible life isn't a game, but actually it could be a game. But I'm not going to go into that right now. So if life is a game, using the game analogy, we have a board and we have the other players. But remember, we do not have dice, because the game, life, is not decided by chance. So that means you are in control of your own fate, and you can decide what you do, implying there is no need for you to be influenced so much by others that they would decide your fate. So if everybody moves one square, they go to the next square. But then you think, why don't I take a step ahead whilst the other two remain? But then both of them think, I want to stay here. I don't want to go ahead. You still have to go ahead regardless of what they do or think. Because that is the correct path for you. You have to go onwards. It doesn't matter what the other people do. You go ahead, whether they go ahead or don't go ahead, or even if they go backwards, you still go ahead. Using the analogy to suggest that you can win a game. Although in life I wouldn't say winning is the ultimate goal, I'd say it's just satisfaction. Satisfaction in what you do and what you accomplish in life. So in order to attain that, through the analogy of a game, you reach the finish line. Although in life it's a lot more complicated. Arguably there's no finish line at all, because it may be infinite. Who's to say that anyone ever dies? And personally I don't believe in the concept of death existing for those who believe in life. I'll go into that in a later date as well. So the bottom line is, you follow your own path and adhere to what you think, what should be done, regardless of what others do or think. So, like if you enjoyed it, and if you have learned something from it, subscribe if you're new, and share the video as well. I would mean a lot if you could do that, if you thought it was enlightening. So, remain tenacious and exhibit freedom.